VALID is an advocacy group for adults with intellectual disabilities and their families in the process of organising the VALID Rally, as Meryl Friend reports.
VALID's Having a Say conference has been held at Costa Hall in Geelong this week. VALID is an advocacy group for people with intellectual disabilities, and this year's theme is You're the Voice, and it's having a say about the advocacy for people with disabilities. And there are so many different activities happening: belly dancing and Bollywood dancing and drama classes and fishing and many other activities, so that we can celebrate the abilities of these people. I'm joined with Kevin Stone, who's the Executive Officer of VALID. Now tell us about the conference that's here at Costa Hall over the next 3 days.
The Having a Say conference, it's an annual event, and we basically take over Geelong for 3 days. We book up all their hotels and fill all their restaurants, and we basically have a fantastic time. People with disabilities and family members come from all over Victoria, Australia, and now internationally. We have close to 1,200 delegates this year.
And so you've been involved right from when it was in its inception?
Yes, this is the 12th year of the conference. VALID's been around as an organisation for 22 years, and the conference has been going for 12, and it's just grown from strength to strength. We started off in Maryborough, I think it was in 2000, with about 190 people, and every year it's just got bigger and better, and it's just the highlight of certainly our calendar year.
I first got started with that about 6 years ago, because I was passionate about people with disabilities and I wanted to help families. I think it's important for all minority groups with all capabilities, not disabilities. That's the most important thing. And I was wanting to, my passion has always been about advocacy, and I wanted to see whether or not I can incorporate that. So I went ahead, and the first year I went, I come in as a delegate, which is a person that just comes, sees what it's about and that, and then I decided, I liked that. And then I approached Kevin Stone and I said, right, okay, how can I be involved in the next year? And so we just went onto there. In 2009, I had the honour of being the chairperson of the Having a Say conference, and it was the best year of my life. I got to say, it was fantastic.
From Costa Hall, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Geelong will host the Multisport Festival this weekend. Meryl Friend again reports.
The Multisport Festival, for the first time in Geelong, starts tonight and runs all weekend.
Oh, I'm aware it's been run up in Noosa and up in the Gold Coast, and it's had huge support participation-wise. They get up to 10,000, 15,000 competitors in this event, so it is a big event. I think the numbers are a little more modest to start with for its first, its debut start here in Geelong on the weekend. So we're hopeful of a good turnout and a really good event.
And so it's not just for elite athletes, the aim is to get the community out there involved as well.
Yeah, look, there's an elite event on with the Olympic course for the triathlon. There's also a sprint course for the triathlon, but there's a lot of other events on. There's some 3-on-3 basketball, there's some volleyball, lots of entertainment for the kids that's going on. So it's a very broad event for the whole community.
And lots of information about leisure and sport and activities here as we're standing as well.
Yeah, there's going to be stands and information for the community about the benefits of being involved in sport and just the healthy side of it. And for people, if they're not involved, it's not hard to get involved in some sort of way in taking care of your health.
A multisport event is really another event that Geelong is hosting and proving to the world that we can hold some fantastic events down in Geelong. From triathlons, which are increasingly popular, and this is an ideal spot for it down around Geelong, around the bay. It's a magnificent place. People get sick of having triathlons in the same places in Melbourne and Sydney, so Geelong's a great opportunity to vary the stages, and people love coming down here for these type of events. So it's not just about the serious triathlon, though. There are other events for families and less serious sports people to enjoy themselves, and a bit of a display about sport and rec.
So for an event like this one, what sort of training would be involved just leading up towards the week before?
Well, I guess we train all year round, so you know, I guess we've really we've had some good training blocks in Canberra in December, and we're in Falls Creek at altitude in January. So it's really just been, I guess, a bit full on, very specific training, trying to get that speed work done, because this is, I guess, a sprint race. Although it's, you know, it's obviously a bit of an endurance event, but it's considered a sprint to get amongst most of the guys. So yeah, just a lot of hard training, of course.
Yeah, I've come down here to make this sort of my new training base, so I actually really enjoy it down here. I've been here for a week, and yeah, I like the atmosphere, and it's great to have a beautiful beach just around the corner.
From Steam Packet Gardens, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. The Read the Play program ambassadors were announced this week, and Meryl Friend was there for News Geelong.
We're in Ryrie Street at Headspace, the old post office building, and we're launching the Read the Play program, and we were able to catch up with ambassadors Brad Ottens from the Geelong Football Club and Eloise Southby from the Australian Netball Group. So why did you come up with this program in the first place?
We saw issues in the in the business world at the time. We saw issues in the workplace around drugs and alcohol, and I thought that if we could start to educate the kids at a much younger age, then maybe we wouldn't have as many issues in the workplace. So spoke to people from Football Geelong and Geelong and District Football League, and some people from Bowen Health, and we put together this program.
Well, obviously being heavily involved in netball, it's a great opportunity to be able to explain to young girls in particular, and also the guys out there, that you know, mental illness is out there, and to be aware of it, and they can help each other, or there might be someone around their club that can help. And for me personally, my father suffered from depression pretty much his whole football career. He was an AFL footballer at Carlton, and it's well known in our family and documented, and so we always spoke about it. And if anyone was feeling upset, sad, blue, a bit different, that it's good to talk to someone to get it out there.
Yeah, it's basically just a program aimed at raising awareness of depression and mental illness in young people especially. And
I'm sure you're busy with lots of other offers for different groups. Why is this one so particularly important to you?
Probably because it's of the prevalence and the scale of the problem in the society. It's, you know, it's a pretty widespread sort of an issue, and has been forever, but probably only now is getting the awareness, and people are being educated more about it and being speaking about it more. So if you can raise the awareness more in a problem that affects a lot of people, 1 in 4, I think, kids are affected by some sort of mental health throughout their lives. So if you can raise a little bit of awareness for such a problem, it's a great thing. So that's why I got involved.
Look, we think it's a fantastic program. It really offers a great support for the youth of our city and region, and the city's been very keen to help the program along.
And it's a good place to start in football and netball clubs around the region for people particularly around 14, 15, 16 years old.
Look, that's really the vulnerable years, and we've been very keen to work there, at least to make a start there. Perhaps the reason we chose the football netball clubs was just because of the volume of young people that we could reach, and obviously in the future we'd like to expand that.
From Headspace in Geelong, Meryl Friend for News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. We'll take a break and return with more sports and weather after this.